This is attempt number 2 from my first video uh, for the vitamins week material, the vitamins module material for my sports nutrition class, because in the first attempt of making this video, my cat was absolutely driving me nuts. Okay. Um, so this week we're covering vitamins. I don't cover every vitamin. You don't want me to cover every vitamin. The book we use for our class, or the book we recommend that if you use the book, we recommend that you rent the book, the sports nutrition text, or nutrition for sports performance. Even that text doesn't cover every vitamin and mineral, for that matter. Part of it is because some vitamins and minerals just aren't really that important to teach in a sports nutrition class. And secondly, some of them are really hard to teach. I don't cover biotin in my Nutrition 300 classes. I don't cover pantothenic acid. I don't cover the mineral manganese. Those are all important vitamins and mineral, but they're just really outside the scope of an introductory class. So just understand, we don't cover every vitamin and mineral, and you really don't want me to. I'll just leave it at that. So what do you use vitamins for? They are absolutely essential. You have to eat them from the diet. Some of them we can make. Some of them our gut bacteria can make. But generally we still call them vitamins because either we can't make enough under certain conditions, or neither can our gut bacteria. So they're essential. They're vital. They're vital. They're vitamins. Some vitamins act as antioxidants. They literally prevent the body from being attacked by radical species of oxygen, like ozone or superoxide. These kind of radical things you find in nature. Some act as hormones. They as powerful as estrogen and testosterone and your thyroid hormone thyroxine. They get into the DNA, they turn stuff on, they turn stuff off. So some vitamins can be very powerful in that respect because they are hormones. Some are really important for energy. The entire process of making ATP involves way more enzymes that I could even think about forgetting, okay? And they also involve your B vitamins, B1, B2, B3, and some other ones are all involved in the manner in which we take oxygen, and we add that to glucose and fat and protein, and we generate a whole bunch of ATP. And then there are some vitamins that are just frankly really important for long-term health or pregnancy. They're important for lots of things, but they have specific functions at specific times in our lives. We know folate is really important for pregnancy. Folate's also important for cancer prevention. Folate may be important for heart disease prevention. Vitamin E and vitamin C may be important for cancer and heart disease prevention. So they have lots of roles, some more important in other parts of our lives than others. And we don't cover everything. So as we go through them for this lecture set, you won't find excruciating detail on any one vitamin. Now, vitamins are not like minerals. Minerals dissolve in water. Minerals are found in watery things. Do not expect to find minerals in olive oil. You can find some vitamins in oils, like E, or potentially vitamin K. In dairy fats, you can find A. Liver fat, you can find A. D can be found in fish fat. So some are fat soluble and some are water soluble. The key on this is, because the water soluble dissolve in water, they also can be peed out in water. It's hard to develop toxicity from a water soluble vitamin, which, frankly, you can just pee out. That doesn't mean you can't develop toxicity. B3, niacin, will cause a rash and a flush and a burning sensation, even though you can pee it out easily. So that can clearly cause a toxicity symptom. Fat soluble are different. You can actually store those away in your body fat. And in theory, if you ate a ton of them a lot all the time, you would start to build up toxicity levels in the body, stored toxicity levels. Vitamin K is given to babies at birth. It is the clotting vitamin. We give it to babies at birth because babies do have a little bit of body fat, and the vitamin K can be held into that fat tissue, if you will, and then used, in the coming couple months before babies switch to solid food and have really profound diapers. It's just like everything else, right? If you don't get enough, you'd be deficient. If you get enough, but it's not quite enough, you probably have no symptoms. That doesn't mean there's not some sort of long-term risk for like heart disease or cancer. Let's say if you're not getting enough folate in your diet, but you may not have any symptoms. Deficiency typically will have a symptom. Inadequate, maybe not. Adequate could just be good enough, but we don't know. is that good enough for getting to 85 and healthy? So there's that optimal range, which is probably the most vague of all of them. And then there's the toxic when there's symptoms again. It's almost as if the two extremes, deficiency and toxicity, are easy to identify. And the big chunk of change in the middle is dependent on your age. Some of it is dependent on your gender when it comes to like minerals. We know women need more iron than men. Your activity level, your genetics, where you live, the kind of things you do in life. So that's the vague part of the vitamins and minerals. It's easy to say that's too much or that's too little. Okay, we'll end on this slide.